David Hume was born on April 26, 1711, in Edinburgh, Scotland, into a modest but respectable family. His father, Joseph Hume, later Hume, was a lawyer and minor landowner, while his mother, Catherine Falconer, came from a well-educated Scottish family. Tragically, Hume's father died when he was only 2 years old, leaving the family in limited financial circumstances. Despite this, Hume's early education was rigorous. He attended the University of Edinburgh at the unusually young age of 12, where he studied a variety of subjects including philosophy, mathematics, and law. Though initially enrolled in law with the expectation of following in his father's footsteps, Hume's true interests lay in philosophy and literature. Early philosophical work. In his early 20s, Hume began composing essays and philosophical treatises. In 1737, at the age of 26, he anonymously published the A Treatise of Human Nature, his seminal work intended to explore the foundations of human understanding. Hume famously later described this work as falling dead born from the press due to its initial lack of attention. Despite its poor reception, the treatise laid the groundwork for modern empiricism, examining human cognition, emotions, and moral judgments. Hume argued that human knowledge arises not from reason alone but primarily from experience and sensory perception, a view that challenged the rationalist philosophy of figures like Descartes and Leibniz. Philosophical contributions. Hume is best known for his contributions to empiricism, skepticism, and naturalism. His philosophy emphasized the limitations of human reason and the centrality of experience in knowledge acquisition. He famously questioned the concept of causation, arguing that humans can never truly observe cause and effect relationships, only sequences of events. Another key aspect of Hume's thought is his discussion of the problem of induction, the idea that past experiences do not guarantee future outcomes. Additionally, in moral philosophy, Hume contended that reason is the slave of the passions, asserting that emotions, rather than abstract reasoning, drive human behavior and moral judgments. This perspective profoundly influenced later thinkers such as Immanuel Kant, Adam Smith, and John Stuart Mill. Career and public life. Despite his intellectual brilliance, Hume struggled to find stable employment. For a time, he worked as a librarian at the University of Edinburgh, which allowed him to pursue his studies and writing. In 1740, he attempted a diplomatic career but returned to philosophical work after encountering difficulties. In 1748, Hume published an Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding, a revised and more accessible version of the treatise, which gained significant recognition. He followed this with an Inquiry Concerning the Principles of Morals in 1751, further solidifying his reputation as a leading philosopher. Hume also ventured into history and economics. His multi-volume History of England, covering the period from Julius Caesar to the Revolution of 1688, became widely popular and financially successful. This work demonstrated his meticulous scholarship, accessible writing style, and philosophical insight, blending historical narrative with reflections on politics, economics, and society. Personal life. Hume never married, and very little is known about his private life in terms of personal relationships. He maintained close friendships with several intellectual figures, including Adam Smith, the father of modern economics. Hume was known for his calm, cheerful personality, often described as warm, polite, and humorous. Despite controversies surrounding his religious skepticism, some considered him an atheist. He remained socially well regarded and was invited to interact with various European intellectuals, including Voltaire in France. Later years and legacy. Hume's later years were marked by professional success and recognition. He held positions such as the keeper of the Advocates' Library in Edinburgh and was active in intellectual circles. Hume's health, however, declined, and he suffered from increasingly severe intestinal problems. He died on August 25, 1776, in Edinburgh, at the age of 65. His death was widely mourned, and he was remembered as a man of great intellect, wit, and moral character. Hume's legacy is immense. He profoundly influenced the Enlightenment, shaping modern philosophy, epistemology, ethics, and economics. His skepticism about religion, emphasis on empirical evidence, and naturalistic approach to human behavior prefigured modern psychology and social science. Today, Hume is celebrated as one of the greatest philosophers of the 18th century, and his works remain foundational in philosophy curricula worldwide. Key philosophical themes. Empiricism: knowledge comes from experience, not innate ideas. Skepticism: reason has limits, certainty is often impossible. Causation: we infer cause and effect from habit, not observation. Morality: ethics is grounded in human sentiment, not abstract reasoning. Naturalism: human behavior can be studied like natural phenomena. Hume's combination of rigorous philosophical analysis, elegant writing, and keen observation of human nature ensures that his work continues to resonate centuries after his death. His emphasis on evidence, experience, and human psychology helped shift philosophy toward modern empirical science and laid the intellectual foundations for thinkers across Europe and America.